Hi, welcome to this month's Cars 101. On this episode, we're going to talk about maintaining your car and saving money, things you can do at home. We're going to talk about routine maintenance schedules that are published in your manufacturer's handbook. We're going to talk about recalls and technical service bulletins. We're going to talk about things you can do to research before you buy a car. A lot of people make mistakes when they're buying cars. I'm going to help you out with that. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cars 101. I'm Randy Dickerson. I'm going to show you a few things on the car that you can do at home Saturday morning. Pop it in the driveway, lift the hood up, and these are some of the things you can do to try to save some money and forego that major repair. Things like corrosion on the battery. That's the first thing I want to talk about. These should be clean and corrosion free, which means the corrosion is that green material that you see growing around the post. Make sure they're clean. Make sure those connections are good. This will cause starter failure, alternator failure, and failure of the battery itself as well. You can clean this stuff with plain baking soda and water. Checking fluids. Here's the dipstick for the oil. Usually they're yellow, orange, but they stand out from the rest of the vehicle. Check the oil when the engine's not running. Make sure it's between the hash marks of safe and add. Most vehicles will have a little space that you'll see. It should be between that. Not at the very top, not at the very bottom, but somewhere in the middle. Transmission fluid's kind of tricky to check. Some cars don't have a dipstick, so you're going to have somebody else check that for you. But most cars will have a dipstick. And usually the dipstick is in this area and it'll be actually marked as transmission fluid. This one you see is orange. So when you're looking in the bay, in the engine compartment, you'll find that. This has to be checked with the engine running. And again, pull it out, clean it while the engine's running in neutral, put the parking brake on, make sure the car is safe, and then dip it and check it. Same thing with that. It should be between the hash marks, and then make sure you put it back in and it's safe and locked back in place. Air filter. Some of these are hard to get to, some of these are easy to get to, but you can see it's got a nice clean side and a dirty side. This one needs to be replaced. Another thing you can do is hold it up to the sun or hold it up to a light. If you can't see through it, it needs to be replaced. Belts and hoses, that's something else you can check yourself. Now on the belts, take a flashlight or in the bright sunlight and make sure the back side of the belt is nice and smooth and there's no cracks in it, and then look on the inside of the belt. If there's cracks, if you see more than 3 or 4 cracks in an inch, it's time to replace that belt. The manufacturers generally say somewhere between 5 years or 50,000 miles. I'm sorry, 4 years or 50,000 miles. In that time period, if you're over that, it's probably time to have that belt replaced. Brake fluid. There are marks on the reservoir here. Just make sure that it's in the safe area. Same thing with your reservoir for your cooling system. You want to make sure that that is between the safe marks. As you drive and as the car heats up, fluid from the reservoir will go into the radiator and then come back out. It sort of moves back and forth as you drive. Never take the radiator cap off when it's hot. You'll get hurt. So never take the radiator cap off. So always check this reservoir. That keeps it safe. Some cars use the reservoir as the cap for the radiator. So do this when the engine's cold, after it's set overnight. Saturday morning, pop the hood and check it. Don't do it when it's hot. One thing that's commonly overlooked is the power steering fluid. There's a reservoir, just open it up. It's very similar to a dipstick. It'll have marks for add and safe. Just clean it off, check it cold, check it with the engine off, and make sure it's between the safe mark and the add marks. Don't forget about the windshield washer fluid. You want to keep your windshield clean. The reservoir usually will have a windshield wiper on it. Windshield and a wiper going across it. Keep that full, alcohol based. You can pick this up at any parts store so you can see out the windows. Now tire pressure is very important also. Tire pressure, the correct tire pressure saves you money in two ways. You don't wear out the tire prematurely, and you save gasoline because it's less drag if it's proper air pressure. Check the door jamb of your car on the driver's side. You'll see a sticker that tells you what the tire pressures are supposed to be. Go to the parts store, pick up a digital gauge, $4 or $5 for that gauge, and then check exact tire pressure. If it says 34, you want it to be 34 in the tire. This is going to save you money. So what I want you to do on Saturday morning, pop the hood, check your belts, hoses, make sure there's no cracks, check all your fluid levels, make sure that you're full. An engine that's low on oil will do damage. Transmission, same way, it'll do damage. Power steering, same way. It'll do damage if it's low, so maintain that proper level. Make sure you've got air in the tires, and that's going to make you safe and save you some money. I want to talk to you a minute about maintenance schedules. Now, what is a maintenance schedule? Well, the manufacturers publish this in several different ways. They put it in your owner's manual, but it's also in our repair manuals. Maintenance schedule is what they suggest that you should do at certain intervals. At 30,000 miles, you're supposed to do a list of things. At 60, and at 90, and at 120. And then there's in between, like 15,000, 45,000. Those are not major intervals, but those are things that you need to do on the car. We actually have those maintenance schedules here for all manufacturers. If we have your email address, if you've been in and had some work done, an oil change for instance, we email those things to you. We will, after a period of time, we'll know how long or how many miles you drive that car a year, so we can estimate the 30,000 mile service, and we'll email that to you. You don't have to come in and do anything, but it's a great thing for you because you know now what needs to be done to the car. Can you do some of those things at home? Maybe so. This is not one of those shows that I don't recommend doing this stuff at home. Some of this stuff you can, but there's some things that you need to have done by a professional. So we'll email these schedules to you. You can come in, we'll talk to you about it, we can show you what is critical and what some of those things you may be able to put off. Fluids, for instance, some wear out faster than others. It depends on your driving habits. But maintenance schedules are important. So no longer will you be in the dark on what should I do to it to keep it maintained? What should I do to eliminate those major repairs that my neighbor had? Well, these maintenance schedules are going to do that. There's inspections, and then there's some things that you replace. Fluids, spark plugs, hoses, they're all on a schedule, and you won't be in the dark anymore, and that's exciting to me because you can participate in the maintenance of your vehicle. You know what needs to be done before you ever walk in that maintenance office. We do that for you. We'll email it to you. Next, I want to talk about recalls and technical service bulletins. Now, recalls, you know what those are. You hear about that in the news. You can go to places like safecar.gov or nhtsa.gov. Those are two government websites that actually have recalls on them. You can go to the site, you can type in the type of car you have, the year, make and model, and actually look and see what is being recalled on that car. On safecar.org, you can also look at issues that haven't become recalls yet. You can check out a certain issue that you may be having with your car that they're actually investigating. So it's a great website to go look at. The other thing they have on them are technical service bulletins. Technical service bulletins, TSBs, you'll hear a lot of people talk about. Technical service bulletins are things that are going on with your car nationwide. The original intent was to send this out to the mechanic at the dealerships. If he has a car coming in that's scraping at 50 miles an hour, he can actually look it up in his information system and find out that they're seeing this over a wide period across the United States, a lot of cars, and they can fix the car by this technical service bulletin and take care of that noise or that scraping or that bump or roar, whatever that problem is. They can take care of it. You can go look at the TSBs yourself and see if any of those things that you're feeling or hearing or seeing on the car is part of a technical service bulletin. Now the bad news is they're not covered by warranty or recall information. Some may be covered under warranty, some may not. But most of the time a technical service bulletin is something you're going to have to pay for. But if you take care of it, it may prolong the life of the car and shorten and reduce that amount of money that you're spending on maintaining that car. We have that capability here. We can look up TSBs for you. We can look up recalls for you. You can go to safecar.gov and look them up. You can go to our website, covingtonautomotive.com. On the website is a picture or a window of recalls. Tires are on there. Cars are on there, of course. There's also a window that we have recalls on child safety seats, toys, clothing, a lot of things about children that are being recalled. You can go look at the website and see that information. You can also go to Facebook, facebook.com/Covington Automotive, and it's also scrolled on our Facebook page. So you can go at periodic times and check out those recalls on the tires or on the cars or on the child safety seats. Great information, and it's free of charge. So take a look. It'll help you maintain your car.
Do you have trouble getting your pets to the vet? Are you homebound and need in-home veterinary care? Paws and Claws Mobile Vet Services brings all of the resources of a traditional clinic in a convenient mobile setting. We offer sick or wellness exams, spays and neuters, annual vaccines, diagnostic lab work, and when the time comes, compassionate in-home euthanasia. Paws and Claws serves Newton, Rockdale, and Henry counties. Call Dr. Carithers to schedule your appointment today.
Arctic Cat's Ride Into Spring sales event makes now the perfect time to visit East Atlanta's Arctic Cat dealer on Highway 278 in Covington. Arctic Cat's ATVs and prowlers feature power steering, on-demand four-wheel drive, differential lock, independent suspension, mag wheels, electronic fuel injection, digital display, and 2-inch receiver hitch, just to name a few. Let Cars in Covington set you up with special financing, a free 2-year warranty, and rebates on 278 in the heart of Covington.
Want to preserve those precious old videos, Super 8 and 8mm home movies onto a DVD? Don't send them to some out-of-state transfer company that could lose or damage your film. Entrust them to Current Events Productions. We provide the highest quality transfer. Each individual frame of the film is hand-cleaned, lubricated, digitally captured, and remastered. We'll even help you organize your reels. Schedule an appointment to preview your film for free. Current Events Productions in downtown Covington on the corner of Floyd and Elm.
One of the biggest problems we see here are people bringing in cars that they've just bought and they sort of want it checked out, and we look and find out there's a lot more problems with the car than they originally thought there was. One of the things you want to remember about a used car, in a lot of cases that car was turned in, that car was traded for another car. So someone may get to the point where I don't want to put this money in it to fix the car, so I'm going to go trade it. A lot of used car lots go to the auction, buy these cars, and put them on their lots. And not necessarily do they always know that there may be something wrong with the car, because they don't drive it at 60 miles an hour for 3 hours, for instance. They put it on their lot, and they may be they may not realize that there's a problem with the car. So what you can do before you purchase that car, and this is very important, save you tons of money, is do some research. First, research the car. See if it's a type of car that has very few problems with it. You can do that at a lot of websites. Kelly's Blue Book, for instance, and check out reviews on those cars. You can check out whether or not the price you're paying is actually within reason of what those cars are going for. Kelly's Blue Book will give you the tools there to do research on the car, reviews on the cars, and then you can check out the manufacturer's suggested price for that used car and what it should trade in for. So it'll give you an idea of what the car is worth before you go pay for it. Another thing you can do, some car places may give you the opportunity to see a Carfax report. I'm sort of on the fence on Carfax because they may have missed some things that didn't go through their system, some repairs that didn't go through their systems. So when you have it checked out by an independent facility like ours, we're going to catch everything, hopefully, that may not be on that Carfax report, but you can see some things that some of the accidents have been in. We've seen some cars that were sold at car lots that the kind of stuff wasn't divulged, and we found it, where frame damage had occurred from a wreck. Frame damage had occurred when somebody hit a curb. Not all those things are going to show up in that report, so it falls back to the same thing, is have that car checked out by somebody in an independent or repair shop. Also, before you buy the car, go to safecar.gov, check out the TSBs, and check out the recalls. Maybe you can negotiate with the seller and find out whether or not some of the recalls have been done on this vehicle, whether or not some of the TSBs, the technical service bulletins, have been done on this vehicle. The independent repair shop that you're going to take it to have it checked out before you buy it can also investigate this and see if that different part's been put on there, if that recall's been done. In a lot of cases, there's information on the car, stickers on the car that have been applied. We can also take a look at the part and see if it is indeed the updated part. So check out the technical service bulletins, check out the recalls, have an independent shop inspect that car before you buy it. Then you know what you're getting, and you can negotiate the price if it needs some repairs.
Ideal Optical offers quality eyewear in a wide variety of styles for adults and children in designer frames at affordable prices. Looking for transition, bi and trifocal, no-line bifocal, semi-rimless, prescription sports frames, or contacts? Ideal Optical is the ideal place for you.
Si hablo español, coge seguranza, llama para una cita. Gracias.
Call or visit us at idealopticalusa.com to make your appointment.
Finding it difficult to get knowledgeable customer service in today's shopping experience? The specialists at PC After Dark take the guesswork out of buying confusing computer components. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will assist you with the best solution for your computer and peripheral needs. Whether you're looking for a new PC or just need your existing one perked up, we have a full staff of on-site and in-store computer repair technicians guaranteeing you won't be down long. PC After Dark in the Covington Crossing Shopping Center, Highway 278.
Make your neighbors green with envy. At Forever Grow Turf and Ornamental Care, we service residential and commercial customers in the Metro Atlanta and surrounding areas. We're your family-owned and operated full-service fertilization and weed control specialists. We also offer other services such as insecticides, fungicides, core aeration, and much more. We use only the most current, safest, advanced, and name-brand products on the market. So get the personal touch that you and your lawn deserve. Call the experts at Forever Grow Turf and Ornamental Care today.
At Covington Automotive Repair Service, taking good care of our customers and their vehicles is our #1 priority. Our fully trained technicians provide thorough, professional, and highly technical auto repair as well as maintenance services, including tire installation, brake service, oil and fluid changes, AC service, engine tune-up, and diagnostics. Whatever service is needed, we specialize in complete engine overhaul. When you trust your car to Cars, you'll receive the best service available done right the first time and on time. Come in for your free check engine light scan today.
On today's show, we talked about maintenance. Maintenance schedules and checking that car out. Take 10 to 20 minutes once a week. pull the car out on the driveway, pop the hood, and check things over like we talked about. That's going to save you some money. Also, when you're checking your fluids, I want you to look at the color. If the color of the fluids looks funny to you, come in, we'll show you a chart of what those fluids are supposed to look like. If they don't look like this, it may be time to change some of those. It'll also tell you in your maintenance schedules. So if you give us your email address, we'll send you those maintenance schedules periodically, and you'll know what needs to be done on your car before you ever take it in anywhere. I want you to do the research on your car. I want you to look at TSBs. I want you to look at recalls. Make sure that we're maintaining that car properly. And if there's a recall out there, let's take care of it because it's a safety issue. All recalls have something to do with safety. Technical service bulletins usually don't include safety, but the recalls do. So get those checked out. Make sure that those recalls have been done on your car. If you're in the market for a used car, I want you to go do the research. I want you to check out TSBs and service bulletins on it. I want you to get it checked out by a mechanic. Make sure that what you're buying is something that doesn't need a lot of repairs to get it back to safety. But thanks for listening to the show. I hope I've given you some tips on saving some money. Maintain the car, check the service bulletins, check the recalls, make sure you're on that maintenance schedule that we're going to provide for you for free. Do the research on that new car, go to the websites we mentioned. Make sure you're getting something that's worthwhile, safe, and doesn't need a lot of repairs. Thanks for watching the show. We'll see you next time.